back with our friend Emily Kaplan, and we just heard Lindsay and Frankie talk about the Montreal Canadiens and how they have not been overly active this year. I think the same thing could apply to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They made a move over the weekend, bringing in Kevin Hayes. They moved out Riley Smith today. Sid needs a deal. He's got 1 year left. What are they doing in Pittsburgh, Emily?
Well, I think what they're doing right now, it's not really exciting to say, but they're collecting as many assets as they can to make this retool as short as possible. The Kevin Hayes deal came with taking a pick on. Riley Smith was actually a pretty good bit of business. They got a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick. The number one priority for Kyle Dubas right now is actually to get Sidney Crosby that extension over the summer. And, let's not kid ourselves. Sidney Crosby is clued into every single thing this front office is doing. Even if he doesn't agree with it, like the Jake Gensel trade, he is approached on it and he is consulted. And unless Sidney Crosby is having a big soul-searching summer, I expect that to get done. He has a lot of trust and loyalty in the organization. He wants to see this through with Malkin and Letang. So they're just making sure they don't put Band-Aids on this. They're going to try to do it the right way, but not make it a rebuild, but rather a retool. So 2-3 years from now, Sid can contend again.
Well, they haven't made the playoffs in 2 years, Carlo, and that back-to-back cup win, that's pretty distant, in the past. What do you make of Sid's vibe right now and his feeling that maybe he can get something done down in Pittsburgh?
I just don't know if I'm Sidney Crosby, how excited I would be about a retool or a rebuild. You're at the latter part of your career. You just come off one of your best seasons, and you're looking at this roster, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, how are we going to make the playoffs? The New York Rangers were the best team in the division. Carolina ain't going anywhere. Islanders are always a strong team. Washington made the playoffs last year as an average team, and they got significantly better. Oh, and so did the New Jersey Devils. So if you're the Pittsburgh Penguins, you're looking at these moves, you're Sidney Crosby, you're saying, okay, I want to be a legacy player in Pittsburgh, but can we be a playoff team with this roster? Because they showed they couldn't be with that roster last year.
Yeah, it's been 2 years in a row.
How does it get better for them? It's weird to think that they've taken this approach with a guy like Sidney Crosby on that roster, because for him, he's got to give himself another chance to win.
Yeah, but it's not up to him. It's up to Dubas, management, putting the right pieces together. We'll see.